This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
Hey, let me tell you one of the most obvious but well-kept secrets. All every politician cares about is staying in power, staying in office, getting elected and getting reelected. At the end of the day, that's really damn near all that any and every politician cares about. Now, I say this as a former politician. I say this as somebody who served in Congress, somebody who ran for president, somebody who won elections and lost elections. I know you've all figured that's true. I know that we've all cynically surmised that that's true, but I'm telling you as a former politician, it is fucking true. All politicians care about is getting elected, getting reelected, staying in office, and staying in power. This was, and by the way, I was never very good at that because I didn't necessarily care about that, which is why I didn't last very long in office, or I didn't last very long in power. I would just say what I believed, and I didn't give a damn if people liked it or didn't like it. I didn't give a damn if what I was saying was a smart thing, poll-wise to say or not. I just felt it was my job as a congressman, as a politician, to say what I believed, period. But man, no, every word that every politician says is calculated. Everything they say publicly. Look, I know this isn't a secret, but trust me, it is a secret. One of the world's most well-kept secrets. Every word every politician says is designed to keep them in office, is designed to help them politically, period. Because that's all they care about, is to stay in power politically. And by the way, this is one of the reasons that we are in the mess that we're in right now. This really hit home with me yesterday. I had a stunning conversation with an elected official, a Democratic elected official. I'm not going to give you his name. I'm not going to give you his office. I'm going to keep him completely anonymous because he said some things to me and he confessed some things to me. And he asked me to not reveal and not give his name. And this was all to be anonymous. And I'm going to respect that. What he told me shouldn't be stunning, but when he said it, it was. And it still is. Again, this was a private conversation with a Democratic elected official yesterday. And I'll cut to the end of it. He said to me, Joe, maybe it would be better if Trump did win. Whoa. He said to me, you know what? Maybe it would be better if Trump did win. We were talking about Biden. What should Biden do? Should Biden stay in? Should Biden step aside, step down, get out of the race, give it to another Democrat? What should be done? We went back and forth. We talked about it for a good 5 to 10 minutes. And it became clear during the conversation with this Democratic elected official that all he cared about was his ass. All he cared about was him getting reelected. And Joe Biden at the top of the ticket was hurting him, his chances of winning this year. And it then got to the point, as he went down this road, when he said those words that still just startled me a day later. It'd be better if Trump won. In fact, he said, politically for me, Joe, it would be better if Trump won. If Trump won, I mean, look, Joe, he said, if Biden wins, Biden's going to barely win. Then, oh my God, Democrats are going to have a horrible year in 2026. It's going to be a huge Republican year in 2026. It's then going to be a huge Republican year in 2028. It's just going to be a mess. If Biden wins, if Biden limps to a victory, Joe, it's going to hurt the Democratic Party politically, and I know it's going to hurt me. I'm going to have a hell of a time. Look, I'll have a hard time, he said, getting elected this year with Biden at the top of the ticket. But oh my God, in 2026, I don't know if Biden's president. Damn, I'll probably lose. So it would be better for me, he said, if Trump actually won. I said, whoa, wait a minute. Think about what you just said. Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy. It would be horrible for this country if he won. Donald Trump doesn't believe in the rule of law. Donald Trump is lawless. He's a criminal. He's un-American. He's a traitor. He's a psychopath. He won't accept the results of any election. He's a cultist. He's an authoritarian. He's promised to be a dictator, I said. I went on a bit of a rant. I said, this would be horrible for the country. Don't you believe that? He shrugged his shoulders and he said, well, yeah, I guess, yeah, but God, it's going to be bad for Democrats if Biden wins, and it'll be good for Democrats if Trump wins. Politically, Joe. I mean politically. And he tried to dance around what he was saying. Like politically, it would be better for Dem. I'm just talking politically, Joe. I get all you're saying about Trump and the danger he is and all of that. I understand that, Joe. But politically, for me, for the Democrats, whoa. It would be better for us if he were in office, because he'll do his crazy shit. He'll do his dangerous shit. And voters will get angry at that and recoil against that. And voters then will put Democrats back in charge. And I said, but wait a minute. Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy. This dangerous shit you talk about is really bad. It's a threat to our country. All he could think about was what will help him politically. He didn't care that Trump was a threat. He didn't care that Trump was lawless and didn't believe in democracy. He cared about getting reelected. He wanted to make sure he'd stay in power. It got me thinking. I mean, look, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a never Trumper. I'm a homeless never Trumper. It's easy for me to speak out about and only focus on the threat that Trump is. Here's a Democratic elected official who really doesn't believe that. And they've all said that. Democrats have said the same thing I've said. But here's a Democratic elected official who only cares about getting reelected. So when he said it would be better for me, Joe, if Trump won, he meant it. He meant it politically. All politicians care about is getting elected and staying in power. Even, right, and that came home to me yesterday, even in a conversation with a Democratic elected official facing Donald Trump, a genuine existential threat to our democracy, on the ballot. This guy doesn't care about that. He cares about his own hide, his own power. I know this shouldn't be shocking. I found it shocking. And frankly, pretty fucking depressing. I wanted to tell you that. I'm Joe Walsh. Thanks for listening. Joe Walsh White Flag at gmail.com. Joe Walsh White Flag, all one word, at gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.